What is up, YouTube? Today I've come back to you with another tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how to do this lovely bookmark, and I'll show you how to finish it off as well. For this project I am using cotton yarn. I found this on Amazon, so I'm going to post a link for it in the description box below. And the hook size I'm using for this is 3mm. So let's get started. I'm just going to put this to the side. For this project you will want to know how to do a magic loop. So for that, get your yarn, wrap it around your fingers in a cross, put your hook from the bottom, pull your top one through, loop it around, get your working yarn and pull it through the loop. So what this does is gives you a chain one and a magic loop. So we'll chain 2 more. We'll count that as 1 double crochet and put another double crochet right into there, and we'll chain 1. We'll do another 2 double crochets, and we'll chain 1. We want to do this 4 more times. Altogether we have 6 clusters. So 2 double crochets, and then chain 1. We now want to do this 3 more times. So 2, 1, 2, and chain 1, 1, 2, and chain 1. So let's do that again. 2 double crochets and chain 1. Let's count how many we have. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's exactly how many we wanted. So I'm counting 2 of these, by the way. Right, so I'm just going to pull this and tighten the center of my bookmark. And now what you're going to do is slip stitch on top of the 3rd chain to finish this round. Right, on to round 2, and for round 2 we'll be working in the chain 1 spaces we created. So for that I'm just going to move into this first space here, so into these spaces we created, and what we'll do is we'll start with chain 3, and the pattern here is going to be, we're going to do 2 double crochets in each space, then we're going to chain 2, and then in the same space we're going to work 2 double crochets, and then nothing in between. We're then going to go to the next space, which is past the 2 double crochets, and then we'll do 2 double crochets, 2 double crochet, so 1, 2, then chain 2, and in the same space work another 2 double crochets. Cotton yarn is very splitty, so you have to be super careful with it. So 1 and 2. So hopefully you guys see the pattern that I'm going for here. I'm just going to show you on here very quickly as well. So in each space we're doing 2 double crochets, chain 2 and 2 double crochets. So it almost creates this V section here in each of these spaces. So I'm going to show you one more time and then I'm going to let you carry on. So the next space is after these 2 double crochets. So 2, and then chain 2, and in same space 2 double crochets. So go ahead and complete your round, and I'm going to pause the video. So I'm at the end and you should have 6 of these V's. And now I'm going to slip stitch into this round, into the third chain from the chain 3 we created to close off this round. Now the next round we will be working into these, the peaks of the V's. So there's one here, there's one here, there's one here. So on each one we're going to be working 7 double crochets, except the first one. In the first one we only want to work 6. So let's move it into that space and slip stitch, and then to start we're gonna chain 3 and count that as 1 double crochet, and now work 6 into there. The very last one we're going to work into it right at the end, because that's where we're going to attach the long string for the bookmark. So I've done 5, and then I'm going to do 6 like so. And then what I'm going to do is, let me show you the pattern. Then you slip stitch between these two. See the double crochets? You slip stitch between them, and then each one you'll now do 7, but you'll do slip stitch between these. So I'll go ahead and show you that on our, so there's a 2 double crochets, space in the middle, 2 double crochets. I'm just going to go into that space and do my slip stitch, and then skip these 2 double crochets. There's a space right here, work your 7 into there, and we're just going to follow this all the way around. And if you enjoy my tutorials, please click subscribe, as I'll be posting a lot more. And also please follow me on Instagram, as I post daily updates on there. So I've done my 7, and I'm gonna slip stitch into that space. So guys, go ahead and keep doing these shell stitches, and I'm gonna meet you right at the end. Right, so I've just done my last shell stitch, and I'm just going to slip stitch into here. And then, because we only did 6 in here, we're going to work our 7th one in that space, like so. And when we do, what we're going to do is actually slip stitch into this space here. So I'm just going to go in there and do a slip stitch, and then we're going to slip stitch one more time in this space here, because we want to be at the center of the leaf so we can do our chains. Now at this stage you need to chain however many you like. I'm going to do 40 for this bookmark, to keep it same size as all my other bookmarks that I'm going to sell at the craft fair. But you can make yours as long or as short as you like. So I'm just going to do this very quickly. Just going to make sure it's roughly the same length as this bookmark, and then I'll show you how to add your beads. Just gonna chain a few more. Right, to end your bookmark you need to leave a long end, so I'm just going to cut my yarn off right there and just pull this through. So I'm going to tie a few knots, and if you don't want to add beads, then after you tie your knot you can just simply cut the rest of the thread off, and that will be the end of your bookmark. But actually I'll let you know that I'm only tying this because my beads have quite a big hole in it, so I don't want it to slip through onto my chains, so I'm adding these knots as a stopper. I've added my knots and I'm going to add my beads. So I've added my beads, I'm only adding 2, and what we're going to do is add more knots just to make sure that that bead or beads will not come off. You can add any sort of beads you like. The ones I bought were from Hobbycraft, and they'd been lying around for a while before I decided to use them for this project. So I'm just going to tie one more knot, make it 3, just to really make sure those beads will not come out, and then just snip the rest of the yarn off. Now we have an end here, so I'm going to show you how to quickly weave that in as well. So get your darning needle, weave it in through that thread, and once you have, what I like to do is just tug on it to make sure that center's tight, and then I'll just work in a circle till I get to a point where I can tie a knot. And when you do this, just make sure that needle is not appearing at the front of the work, because that will ruin the lovely design over here. So I'm just going to put it through this and maybe these 3. Yep. Right, ready for try 2. So I'm just going to get this one, and there we go. All done. I'm just going to tie one extra knot because I like all my work being super secure, and I'm going to cut that off. And there you have it, a beautiful tutorial for 2 lovely bookmarks. And if you've enjoyed it, make sure you click subscribe, leave a comment, or just like the video. It will really help me out. And thank you for watching this video, and I'll be back with more.